Hey guys, and welcome to another stream, and I am playing Mario Kart World again, and this time the Meech is joining me, so I'm going to go ahead and
Yes.
create a room here. But let's see, I'm gonna play
What
as
other?
Cataquack. Cataquack's gonna be my
Oh, you,
main until I get Pianta. Hopefully I unlock Pianta during this stream, and I'm gonna
I
go with
can't wait to see your reaction.
yeah. It's gonna be like my brothership reaction. I'm trying to get the camera to look a little better here.
Yeah, I don't think I'm able to do that with mine. I got that Piranha plant camera, and it's certainly a Piranha plant camera. Like, it's the
Yeah,
quality you'd expect from a Piranha plant.
yeah, like a literal piranha plant. Oh, that's weird. It's like detecting my face kind of weirdly here. I'm just gonna. Okay, I'm just gonna switch over to the background. Is for. Okay, that's probably why it's not detecting my face. Because I think I have to kind of be in the.
Cow is my main if I have a Switch too. I mean, Cow is the most meme-worthy. Happy first day of summer, yeah. It
Yeah,
certainly is quite the summer. I don't think we've ever had a console launch during the summer.
yeah.
But if you really think about it, it's so perfect because a lot of Nintendo fans are in school.
Hmm.
But come to think of it, hey Melissa, good to see you.
And you
But
know,
come to think of it, the 3DS that released like towards the end of March. If you're in Florida, it's summer all the time.
yeah, here's the ID if you want to join. So it's 00J3N3.
I do appreciate how in Mario Kart World, how short and sweet it is just to put in the room code, because it was like putting in a friend code for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yeah. Also, how does audio sound for anyone watching?
I mean, assuming that you're just using the game chat, like, are you using your mic at all? Or
Yeah.
it's all done direct?
Well, my mic is connected to my PC, but your audio is through game chat. Um, we have a decent amount of people joining here. Where are you at on the map so I can see you through like with your camera and everything? Also,
Oh, Gold Connor's here. Oh, I see you. You're in Salty Salty. Hey,
yeah.
that's where I unlock Spike.
You'll always remember that. Actually, it's where I unlock Cataquack too. Um, and I can still see you on the camera thing here. I wonder if people like anyone joining the room will see us on the camera here.
Now, one thing is, I'm not gonna spite you by playing Pianta. I'm actually playing as Pianta, so hopefully you'll unlock him.
Yeah. Well, we'll be the sunshine duo.
Sunshine Squad.
Yeah. And so
We
someone
all know that.
we need to have like someone playing as Mario's Sunshine costume too, to just complete the kind of the vibe here. I think
Well, I'm technically in a.
I'll go
I'm
ahead and
technically
start.
being recorded in a Switch too, so that's why it sounds like a tin can.
Yeah.
We're just taking advantage of Game Share while we can. Our game chat. We did use Game Share though. We did a whole video about it.
Yeah, I set the intermission to only 10 seconds, but remember, don't select the intermission routes.
Don't put the intermissions in Mario Kart.
Yeah.
I'm honestly surprised you haven't unlocked Pianta yet.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I really hope I unlock them during this stream. I also want to unlock Rocky Wrench too.
I got Rocky Wrench just by playing in Versus mode when I got footage of all the tracks. I gotta say that with the Nintendo Switch too, getting like all the footage and stuff is just like, it's easy to do, but at the same time, it takes up a lot of space because it's all 4K. I mean, sure, I could downscale to 1080p, but I don't want to do that. I want you guys to see how beautiful these new Switch 2 games look. Speaking of, did you play the Donkey Kong Bonanza demo? Because I went to Target today and they had it. It was only in
Oh,
handheld.
I'm gonna play it tomorrow, but I'm really excited about playing it because I'm gonna try, like, if they don't have it at Target, I'll check GameStop and a few different places. But hopefully they should have it. But I'm really excited to check it out.
Yeah, by all means, it is. I had a lot of fun playing it. Although when I played this demo, it's pretty much the same as the one I played at the Nintendo Switch 2 experience. But we now see Pauline is in the game. And also, there's a Kong Bonanza transformation.
Oh, nice. So Pauline is in the demo too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's so funny that Nintendo went... well, it's a bummer what actually happened where Nintendo Korea accidentally leaked it. But the lengths they went to hide Pauline, making this character who's just a placeholder being Odd Rock. I'm assuming that Odd Rock doesn't have a good chance to be in Smash.
Yeah. Unless it's like a certain move that... Ah, why did I have to get the Kamek Orb? It's the only item you don't want to get. Oh, of course they turn into Pianta!
Oh, no!
Of course they turn into Pianta! This game is doing... It's basically spiting me at this point. It's like... literally doing everything it can to make me mad. I'm just unlucky. I'm just unlucky.
You're just unlucky. Oh, speaking of unlucky, I was showing my friend the Switch 2, my faux cousin actually, and we played Pokemon Scarlet, and we noticed that there were rocks warping, like they'd have like this warp texture. You can see all the corn kernels of the turd now.
Hmm.
Are you excited to eventually go back to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet?
Yeah, and by Scarlet and Violet, do you mean my copy of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on the GameCube? Because that's basically where that's basically what I have left of my copy of Scarlet and Violet. So
I have to say that's a great trade-in right there.
yeah, it basically redeemed me from my gift card incident.
The gift card incident of 2021.
Yeah, I used a gift card.
Hey, I mean, nowadays it's worth it. You
Yeah.
got GameCube games. Reese got a personalized copy of Mario Kart World.
Yeah, every copy of Mario Kart World is personalized. No Pianta in my copy. Or it does everything it can to prevent me from unlocking Pianta.
I did unlock Comptor, so I was happy about that. So far, I only need 3 characters. I need Peepa, I need Swoop, and I need Fishbones.
Yeah, I got Fishbones recently.
Oh, nice. It's always the characters. Well, I got my man.
Also, there's a really cool thing over here where it's just all the types of piranha plants in the game. It's like,
I saw that and I took a picture of it.
yeah, it's really cool. It's crazy to have a piranha plant that originated from Paper Mario next to one that originated from New Super Mario Bros. 2. It's kind of surreal.
In Origami King, weren't there what are the dry Goombas called?
Bone Goombas?
Bone Goombas, yeah, that was a character in it.
Yeah.
Wait, we're doing this again?
Yeah, that's weird. Hopefully this means Pianta is also in this, because, like, the Kamek had Pianta last time, so, on here. So, hopefully.
How many hours have you put into Mario Kart World? I put almost 70 already.
I think, like, so far, like, only around 30, but that's also because I've been playing, like, Fast Fusion and Cyberpunk on top of having the internship as well. So I've been kind of busy with other things, but But I should have been doing more important things, like trying to unlock Pianta.
Yeah, just instead of going into work, just do the split screen and try to unlock Pianta that way.
Also, I like the music on this track.
I love the music here. I mean, for the tracks, is there a single bad soundtrack for them?
I don't
I don't
like,
think
not that
so.
I heard of so far. Like, they all sound like really good.
They need to do, even if they did a remix of the Yoshi's New Island theme,
They'll
I'm sure
probably
they would
find
make
a
it
way
sound
that
fire.
they'll find a way to make it sound good.
It's kind of like making Vienna sausages taste good. It's possible to do. You just gotta wrap them in bacon or something, have a side of asparagus.
But I think that's the second time, like earlier, that like I used the Kamek orb, and then I know it's just called Kamek, but I like to call it the Kamek orb for some reason.
I
But
mean, it's an orb that summons Kamek, it makes sense.
yeah. But that was like the second time they transformed to Pianta when I was the one using the item.
I
I,
think. Go on.
I think the first time it happened either on your stream or like one of my streams when I was trying to unlock Pianta.
The coin has been dethroned as the worst Mario Kart item.
Yeah. I don't even mind the coin that much in this game. Because, like, I think it's more apparent that it gives you a speed, like a speed upgrade in this game.
I've never had any interest in Donkey Kong games and can't wait for Bonanza. Love Pauline's role too. Really hope it means story and character development will be the Mario universe mainstay now. I hope so too. That'd be really
Yeah.
cool. Another comment. Okay, I'm thinking, what does Voidco want to do with Pauline? User singing to get to the planet core and summon something big, possibly K. Rool.
Well,
I think K. Rool will be in the game, but they just don't want to spoil it.
there's a theory that Void Kong is actually K. Rool. Is like everything about Void Kong is like all of the things that he's like wearing is basically fake. It's like so people are theorizing that maybe like since he kind of like looks like a fake Kong, that his like he's actually like that's his form of the Kong Bonanza.
Will you talk about Paper Mario 7 since S2 is out? Oh, Switch
Well,
2, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Are you gonna talk about Paper Mario 7, Reese?
I've actually already made a video. I was like my hopes for Paper Mario on the Switch 2. But I think it would be cool if they actually did like an open world Paper Mario game. Like and it actually takes place in the world of Paper Mario 64. I think there's like a lot that they could do with that, and I think it would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be cool.
One of my ideas for the game is called Paper Goomba, where you basically you start off as like just a regular Goomba, but you can get like you could recruit different like partners and different like Mario species like throughout the game. And you could also like get outfits for the Goomba, basically customize it, make it your Goomba into your like own personal Goomba. So
That's a good idea, like customizable partners.
yeah. And it would be that's kind of like the way I see the Thousand Year Door battle system evolving, because it would have like the Thousand Year Door battle system, but it would also be doing like some new things like on top of that, like maybe the special moves could make use of the mouse. Like maybe there could be like a special move kind of like Art Attack, the one where you like draw around the enemies, but like it actually uses the mouse for that. I think that would be pretty cool.
That would be cool, but you also got to put into consideration that Switch is also a handheld. I don't think they're really going to utilize the mouse mode, unless it's like a different mode or the game's completely designed around it.
Yeah. Well, so far with the mouse mode, I think it works like best as like a control option. Like I've been using it in Cyberpunk, and that's actually like whenever I play it in docked, I always play it in mouse mode, because it like when you're like shooting enemies in the game, like the mouse mode just works so well for that. That's the main way I've been playing Cyberpunk, like unless I play it in handheld. But I think the mouse mode is good as like kind of like how gyro was for the Switch 1. I think it's kind of like that, where it's like a good control option, not necessarily like a main gimmick that they use for. I could see it being used as a gimmick and stuff like WarioWare, but like I think it works best as like just another option.
I think it's fun to have games that are centered around it. Like, let's say they do another Mario Paint, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Another thing is that, yeah, like if they do a new WarioWare. I think WarioWare Move It was like the best game to showcase the Nintendo Switch's gyro.
Yeah.
That was like, that's my favorite of the motion controlled games, but we know what the other big one is. The ping is using game key cards. That's why. What's your Oh, this is a good question. What is your reaction to third-party games on Nintendo Switch 2 not selling well?
I'm not gonna.
One word.
I actually have a video that I already like recorded that I'm going to be posting in just a little bit. So it's funny that you mentioned that. But for a preview for that video, I'm gonna say that, but like the consumers want to own games. They want actual physical games. And that's kind of like the game key cards not doing well with third-party games. It's a clear indication of that. And also just Cyberpunk being the only third-party game that's actually selling well, and that's the one that actually released on the cartridge. It's definitely a correlation there. But
yeah, I mean, I didn't get a single game key card. I refuse to.
Yeah, same here. At this point, I'd rather buy even digital over a game keycard, because at least with digital, it's like, at least there's still somewhat, even though I don't really like to buy games digital unless they're indie games, at least with digital, there still is technically a point to it, but with game keycards, there is literally no point. It's like the inconveniences of both, because you like have an actual like physical cartridge, which I mean could be inconvenient, but you also don't save storage, like, so there's really like no point. And you also like technically, like now with like digital games, you just own the license to play the game. Nintendo could technically revoke access to them at any time, so you don't really own the game if you have a key card. But I'm not gonna talk too much about it because I already made a video about it, and that will just be posted in a little bit after the stream. So
looking forward to it.
I actually used some Cyberpunk footage in it, like towards the end of the video.
Digital games are NFTs. What are game key cards? Please unlock P-Bar fish bones. I'd love that so much.
Okay. I like how Wario Shipyard looks in Mario Kart World, even though it doesn't have the underwater segments anymore. I like the new version of it. I think it looks pretty cool.
Here's my take on that, and I'm definitely bringing that up in my review of Mario Kart World tomorrow. I like when retro tracks do take a little bit of a risk and do something like completely new. Even if it's drastic, like Choco Mountain. Hey, it's a Charge and Chuck themed track. Oh.
Okay, at least
just sidestepper, that's it.
And I was actually the one who used it again. But at least it was Sidestepper, not Pianta. Actually, what am I saying? I'm saying it into the mic. Nintendo can hear me here. So I'm just gonna say that I want Goomba instead. Please give me Goomba whenever I get a
Oh wow! I actually finished that race just by accidentally wall riding. The mechanics in this game are pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Game key cards are the worst of both worlds? Yes, they are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's I feel like the reason they're not selling well is for the same reason that the code in the box didn't sell well for Switch 1. Like, have you heard about like how the code in the box games were basically kind of failed on the Switch one.
Yeah, I mean, I got a few of them. I knew what I was getting into though, because it was like clear as day on the box. It's
Let's
a
see.
complete waste of plastic.
Yeah.
Well, the developers are going to learn the consequences of being cheap.
Yeah, and I think honestly, with the success of Cyberpunk actually releasing on a cartridge, and with game keycards selling poorly, I have a feeling that they're probably gonna start releasing a lot of the games that like already released on keycards on actual cartridges. Because like even though like those 64 GB cartridges, they do cost more for publishers, but really, I think like it's still, I would say it's still worth it for them because they're still like gonna make more money selling it on an actual cartridge. More people will be willing to buy it if it's on a cartridge. So it's just clear now. I
Right.
think like the only reason that key cards really exist is because I think third-party developers don't
They
want
wanted to
to.
be cheap.
Yeah, they just wanted to put their games in a store, and but they didn't want to go through like the effort and like cost of putting them on a cartridge. So that's really all it is. There's like the key cards have no benefit to the consumer at all.
Right. So you think we're getting that Switch Pro anytime soon?
Tomorrow.
Apparently it was
Tomorrow. We're
supposed to
getting it
happen.
tomorrow.
Does this track kind of remind you of Steam Gardens?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's cool that the tracks are themed around enemies. Like this is the Biddybug track, and then Choco Mountain's Charge and Chuck one.
I mean,
Have you
there's
guys
also
seen
that. It
Blooper?
also kind of reminds me. I know, like a lot of people said this when Steam Gardens was first revealed in Odyssey, but also that one area in Sonic Colors, and that also appears in Sonic Generations as well.
Was it focus tested?
Is that like all you have to say about Sonic?
Pretty much.
But I haven't played Sonic Colors, but the Sonic Colors stage in Sonic Generations, I think Planet Wisp is like the worst stage in Sonic Generations. Sonic Generations is an amazing game, but like that particular stage is just really weird. I know.
Come on, use the Kamek and give me a swoop. Are you excited for tomorrow?
Oh, for the Donkey Kong Bonanza demo?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Are
I'm really
you
excited
ready
to play that.
Experience the greatest damn game Nintendo has ever made.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to eat some bananas.
Matthew is currently having dinner. Hope you're having a good dinner, Matthew. Reese, when you talked about DLC for Mario Kart World, you forgot Woohoo Island from Mario Kart 7. I don't think he forgot it. I think that
Yeah.
he just...
Yeah,
didn't
that
include
video
it.
that was focused more on the free update side of it. If I make a video like about like if Mario Kart World had like a more substantial update or DLC, then I would include it. I was just talking about the potential of like things that they could do within the map itself, like with the tribute courses.
Yeah.
Because I think it would be interesting if they made like a tribute cup and then also added like a classic Rainbow Road that combined like SNES Rainbow Road and GBA Rainbow Road. Like I think that's something that they could plausibly do for the 40th anniversary.
To be real with you, I think I've had my fair share of SNES Rainbow Road, but I'm surprised we didn't get GBA Rainbow Road because it's kind of tradition to
Yeah.
have a retro and a modern Rainbow Road.
Hmm. That's why I was thinking, like, they would do, like, a combination of the two. Like, have, like, basically, kind of like how Mario Circuit combines all of the Mario circuits, or 3 of them, not 4, from Super Mario Kart together. But I think it would be interesting if they combined SNES and GBA Rainbow Road. I think it would be a good compromise. So it's not just SNES Rainbow Road again, like for the 3rd game in a row. Actually, 4th game in a row. 7, 8, or Tour, and then if they added it in this game, it would be the 4th. Um, but like combining it with GBA Rainbow Road would be more interesting, and they could include the Paper Mario reference. That's the real reason they should add GBA Rainbow Road. So
They should just add in some Frost Piranha plants.
Yeah.
Now,
Actually,
Lucy, I
imagine
got-
instead of Bowser's castle in the background, they have just a giant Frost Piranha in a Koopa clown car just flying around.
Now, Reese, if you didn't already get the Switch 2 camera, would you pay the $60 to get a Frost Piranha one?
Oh wait, what was that again? I was reading
If
something
you
in the
didn't
chat.
already get the Switch 2 camera, would you get that Piranha Plant one if it was a Frost Piranha Plant? I'm
Yes.
using that right now.
Yes, because it would be, like, even if the quality is complete crap, at least it would be it would technically be Paper Mario merch.
You know what's funny? Whenever I hear the word restrictions or restricted, I can't help but think of Paper Mario.
Yeah. Remember, like,
Creative
back in 2021 when we kept
restrictions,
making... Remember back in 2021 when we kept making jokes about Tanabe? Like, Tanabe would never
Yeah.
allow this, or this would scare Tanabe. Like, I remember when I was talking about the unique enemies in New Super Mario Bros. DS. Like, I was saying, like, Tanabe would be scared of this.
I think that Super Mario Brothers Wonder showcased that we have officially entered a new generation of Mario, and that the whole new Super Mario Brothers sterilized Mario, that's...
Yeah.
I mean, it's been, like, gone for years.
Mm-hmm. But, like, post-Wonder, post-movie Mario game. I'm saying post-movie like SpongeBob, but, like, of course there's a hammock, but, I was gonna say, like, it seems like the post-Mario movie Mario games really kind of showed, that were kind of, like, out, like, even though it was a little apparent before, but now it's just, like, really clear that we're kind of out of that new Super Mario Bros. Era. I didn't see, maybe it was Peepa?
Oh, if it was, that's
Yeah.
gonna be, like, that's insult to injury.
Gonna be playing every DK game before I buy Bonanza. I haven't played any DK games yet, believe it or not, so this will be interesting. Yeah, I want to play, like, a few DK games that I haven't played yet. Like, I want to play Jungle Beat before. I want to see if I can get it, like, either on GameCube with the DK bongos or on Wii.
I actually just prefer it on the Wii.
Yeah, I might get it on the Wii. That's I actually got it, for Anton as a gift, but, yeah, I think, like, I want to play Jungle Beat, like, some way of playing Jungle Beat. I might play one of the SNES games again, and maybe, like, some of 64. I mean, I have to get, like, a, like, the expansion pack for the Nintendo 64, but I have a copy of Donkey Kong 64, so I want to see if I can try to play some of that, but maybe replay, Country Returns on the Wii, though. I'm not buying HD.
Did you ever get those Post-it notes?
Actually, you know what? I should, if I do, like, I should do, like, an unboxing of Bonanza with the amiibo, and also get the Post-it notes to unbox, like, with it. Like, I should
say that I I'm ready to move on from Mario Kart videos and get directly into DK, but the thing is, I got 2 more Mario Kart videos that I'm doing. That review I did is going to be an hour long for Mario Kart
Oh
World.
wow, yeah. Wait, wasn't it like originally like 45 minutes, but it got like even longer?
Well, here's a little bit of like the story behind making the review. Mario Kart World's a very interesting game where the more I play it, my opinions fluctuate. So what I did is I originally had like the first draft. I thought that was good, but then I said that the tracks aren't as sophisticated as 8. But then I played through them, all of them to get footage, and then I realized that, damn, these tracks have a lot more depth to them. And then I got into the online talking about the issues there. So with Mario Kart World, it was going to be a long video. I had no idea that it would be longer than the Pokemon Scarlet review, although I don't even think this is a spoiler. This game is way better than that. Anything is.
Yeah. But I'm gonna do Knockout Tour this time. Let's see. I like to do the cherry one to try to get Pianta, because that one has the most tracks that unlock Pianta on it. The Spiny Rally, yeah, the Spiny Rally also has like some that unlock Pianta too. Like Peach Beach.
Are you going to try to... Tomorrow, when you record Donkey Kong Bonanza, are you going to bring a tripod or something? Or are you going to try recording it there?
I'll have to see. Because I was, when I was playing, when I was playing Jamboree, like the demo for that, I actually like held my phone while also like playing it at the same time. I was like able, but for Bonanza, I'm probably gonna like have someone hold it for me, like someone that I know that I go with. So
Yeah, that'd be nice. I will say that just like in a public store, it's harder to record. At the Nintendo Switch 2 experience, I mean, I went all the way to Dallas for that, and it was like an exclusive event, so of course I was going to do it there. I think
yeah,
that with the Donkey Kong Bonanza demo for you, it's a little bit different because you haven't played the game yet, but for me, it was like very similar. It's the same concept. They just have the Kong Bonanza and Pauline.
yeah. But don't tell me anything more about it, because I kind of want to experience it blindly. Like the I know we're talking about like a demo,
No,
but I want to be surprised.
I was going to give away the spoiler saying that Lord Crump is a secret final boss.
Lord Crump! No, why did you spoil it for me? It's my favorite character.
Kid Icarus Uprising would be really cool to go back to. I'm just waiting for like a remake.
I just had a random idea. What about a Kremling version of Lord Crump called Lord Clump?
That would be funny. How are you feeling about the pathways? Because I feel they work pretty well in Knockout Tour, but I'm sick of them for regular races.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. For Knockout Tour, I think they're designed more for that than for like actual races, I'd say. Because Knockout Tour kind of feels like a battle royale almost. So it kind of like
I mean,
feeds...
it is.
But it would have been cool if they had like a like, speaking of battle royale, if they actually had a battle mode that was a battle royale. I feel like that was a missed opportunity if they don't add it in an update.
There are a lot of missed opportunities in Mario Kart World.
Yeah. One of them was not making Frost Piranha and Lord Crump playable characters. Well, actually, more importantly, Frost Piranha, because there's actually a model of Frost Piranha in the game, and they didn't make it a playable character. That would have been the first playable Paper Mario character. I know people are saying
That's
like Baby Peach is the RPG character, but that's Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. But for Paper Mario, we should get Frost Piranha as the first playable Paper Mario character.
That's what I don't get. I don't get that there are the models for variations of characters, but they're not there. Why
Yeah.
aren't the other Hammer Brothers playable? Why aren't Frost Piranha, Fire Piranha, and I'm trying to think of, or Bone Piranha. There are a lot of just weird design choices. I'm not saying that the game's unfinished, it just feels kind of lacking. I don't think this game was in development for 8 years, at least in the sense of they were working non-stop on it. I think a lot of it was just like testing out the hardware, seeing if it worked, and then they just put the game together.
Yeah, and I can kind of understand, like, also why this game was kind of a Super Paper Mario situation, like, where it was originally gonna kind of coincide with 8 Deluxe as, like, a very different game on the Switch 1, but then they decided to move it over to the Switch 2. Because honestly, this game doesn't really replace 8 Deluxe. I mean, I'm probably gonna... It mostly did for me, because I've been playing 8 for so long. But, like, for other people, I feel like it doesn't necessarily replace it, just because, well, 8 Deluxe has more content. This is also a different experience, being open world. And it also has, like, Knockout Tour, which is just much different than anything in 8. So I think it doesn't necessarily replace it, I would say. Maybe
If
it's...
you don't, if you
Maybe
don't have
at... Maybe
8
if it...
Deluxe, oh, sorry about that.
I was gonna say, maybe in a few years when it has, like, enough updates, it might, but, like, just right now, it kind of feels like it kind of, almost kind of weirdly kind of coexist with it, even though most people are probably going to be playing this game.
If you don't have 8 Deluxe fatigue, then I could easily see a lot of people going to 8 Deluxe with this game. Mario Kart games just don't tend to die out, though.
Yeah, and you know, the thing is, like, I still play, like, a lot of the older Mario Kart games. I still like to play Double Dash, and especially for modding, and as well as 7 with CTGP 7. So, and also, even Mario Kart 64, I did the tournament that I got 2nd place in. So I still like to play, like, most of the older Mario Kart games. Like, I never really, like...
The only one where, and succeeding entry just replaced it for me, is Mario Kart 7, because there's no versus mode. And Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 7 are just very similar gameplay-wise. 8's just better in pretty much every way.
Yeah.
And by pretty much every way, the only thing that 8 doesn't have that Mario Kart 7 does is Honey Queen.
Yeah.
And the Wii Sports Resort tracks.
But there is one reason to go back to 7, and that is modding. If you have a modded 3DS, CTGP 7 is amazing.
Monty the Gold, you just modded your 3DS, so that's definitely something to check out. I still need to make that Pinocchio theme, but it's been a long time since I made themes for the 3DS. Skidee, skidee, skidee.
That has been your obsession for a while now. Do you think that obsession will still last when I get Pianta? Whenever I get Pianta?
Probably.
Come on, Pianta! Great chucksters await! Skiddy, skiddy, skiddy!
Oh,
Do it!
Damn! You know, I fell there. I am out, probably. Yep.
Yeah,
I'm toast.
Yeah, I got out at Peach Beach. I'm a chuckster. I wish Plessy was playable in this game. That's actually another really interesting character that they could add. Like, maybe in an update or something.
Maybe even just a cart.
Yeah, because there is, like, the Dory-themed cart.
Yeah, the reactions at the Nintendo store in New York are definitely some of the best. I just went to the Nintendo New York store for the first time. It's small, but it's really nice. I got quite a bit of merch there. I got the Donkey Kong shirt with the actual, like, faux fur for Donkey Kong. It's a really cool shirt. I got a Nintendo New York shirt. A white Pikmin plushie.
Don't eat it
It's a
though.
lot of cool stuff. What was that?
I said don't eat it though. The white Pikmin flesh.
Oh yeah, because they're poisonous.
Yeah. You know, there was a funny thing one time when in Japan they made these Pikmin gummies, and like the one that contained that there was one that contained a white Pikmin, and that it ended up being recalled because it like I think it had like something in it, like it was like not safe for consumption or something. But it was funny
because
because
Zaza.
but it was funny because it contained a white Pikmin gummy in it. And it was only the ones with white Pikmin, I think.
Yeah, there's definitely Zaza in there. I actually bring up what you said about how you can find me in Mario Kart World in my review. Do you remember what that was? Like, when you look at your friends list, how do you know it's me?
When you're playing as Spike.
Yep.
Yeah. When I unlock Pianta, it would show Pianta on there for me, but I guess I'm just gonna still have to wait for that to happen.
Honestly, they could have just had the roster be Pinkle and Peach and Spike, and that would have been a perfect game.
Yeah, I don't really want to do battle mode. I'm not really a big fan of battle mode in this game. Have you played battle mode much, Demeech, in this game?
Yeah, just for footage and with my friend. I also played it with Plane Rock. It's not great. I don't understand what Joshy was saying, where we talked about it a little bit. He said that they're the best battle maps in the series. More power to him. I gotta say, I like that he keeps it real.
I wouldn't say they're as bad as the ones in 8 on the Wii U. I would say they're just mid, but not bad. I mean, well, there might be like one or two of them that are bad, but like they're just kind of mid for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, it's not atrocious, but it's not as good as it was in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yeah. It's just so weird. It seems like in some ways they took like a couple steps forward, but then they took a couple steps back in some ways in this game. It's
weird. Were they developing a modern Paper Mario game?
Yeah. Well, at least it's not restricted.
Right. Now we got Frost Piranha. Mario mandates are dead.
That was funny, the whole Mario mandates thing a few years ago. Like when that was just...
I mean, it wasn't far-fetched.
Yeah, because I definitely think mandates existed between like 2011 and 2016. And even in some cases, like there were a couple games like Mario Sports Superstars that kind of was like a mandates-esque game, like around the time that the Switch was launching. But I would say by 2017, the mandates were kind of gone for the most part. We did see like some glimpses of it, like the Origami King or Super Mario Party, where it kind of looked a bit generic. But I would say for the most part,
Mario Strikers Battle League.
Yeah, I would say that game is just more lazy than mandates, honestly, because I could see the vision in that game, at least if they were able to do something more. So I think that was just kind of laziness and just like, or I guess like just them being held back from adding content rather than it being mandated.
Right. Hey Reese, have you or Demetrius played Mario Party DS?
Yes.
That was my first Mario Party
Actually,
game.
let me get my copy of it. Oh, it's kind of hard to see on the Switch 2 camera here because I have the face only thing here. Oh, It's not showing up because it's not detecting a face. But trust me, I have Mario Party DS.
Last second first place from Demeech. Woohoo! Congratulations!
But yeah, until I get Pianta, my main's gonna be Cataquack. Because Cataquack is another character that I'm kind of glad that they added.
I mean, with Spike, a lot of it was just because of the memes. That's why I found him to be my favorite character, but I mean, genuinely, I love Spike. Nabbit was another character, though, that I really wanted in Mario Kart. He was in Mario Kart Tour, but this is the first time he's been in, like, a major console Mario Kart game. I kind of wish Nintendo didn't even bother with Mario Kart Tour and just develop this game in the meantime. Yet again, though, I do like the city tracks.
Since you like Spike a lot, what are your thoughts on, I know we've already talked about Grubba before, but what are your thoughts on Tubba Blubba from Paper Mario? Because he's also technically a Spike.
I've not played much of Paper Mario 64. It's been a long time since I played it, but yeah, he's got a good design.
Have you beaten it?
No, I haven't.
You need the beat Paper Mario 64. It's an amazing game. Actually, that would be a fun idea for... That would be a fun idea to do, like some streams with me sometime. Like a Paper Mario 64 playthrough.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'm always looking for new games to stream, because as fun as Mario Kart World's been, I want to play a few more games. And until the Banana Bread Day, it's going to be nothing but Mario Kart and Fast Fusion. Those are the only two Switch 2 games I have. Did you get that Welcome Tour?
No.
I didn't either.
I
thought about...
I used the $10 that I could have spent on Welcome Tour on Cyberpunk. So, and Cyberpunk's an amazing game. I'm really enjoying it. I already mentioned that, like, I think the mouse controls are pretty fun, and honestly, a better test of the mouse controls than Welcome Tour.
We gotta play Fortnite. Alright, Reese and Demeech, so since we got a Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza Direct, okay, hear me out. Next week, Sakurai announces a full Kirby Air Riders Direct. Watch, it's gonna happen. It wouldn't be all that
yeah, because Sakurai likes to do his own presentations, so I could totally see him doing like a Kirby Air Riders Direct. I hope it does happen. That would be amazing.
You know, I gotta say about the Nintendo Switch 2 era already, I love how experimental it is. And that Nintendo is, like, completely taking these risks, which is great to see. Like, instead of going for the safe bet of a 3D Mario game shortly after launch, they go for a 3D Donkey Kong game. And you should see the amount of views Donkey Kong Bonanza content are getting. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm so happy to see that Donkey Kong Bonanza is, like, pretty popular. It's not like, oh, we should have gotten 3D Mario. But no, like, people are actually, like, really excited about Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is great. And I'm glad that, like, people are interested in seeing me talk about the game, too. Because I was worried that it would just be, like, people would just not care because it's, like, not 3D Mario. But, like, no, people are actually excited.
I was worried about two things, but before getting into that, you have $60 in birthday money. What Switch 1 or 2 game should I buy?
Thousand Year Door.
Save that $10 and get Bonanza.
Yeah.
You can live without Mario Kart World until it gets more content. I don't think that it's in its best state right now. It's probably going to get more content. I don't see why it wouldn't. I'm just waiting for Nintendo to announce a sort of roadmap for the game.
Or also an alternative option, Thousand Year Door. Just amazing game if you want to play a good Mario RPG. And it will probably get an update for Switch 2 too, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that for Brothership to beat the game, although maybe I should just go back to it.
I thought, I heard Cyberpunk 2077 was a, horrible buggy game. Well, that was back in 2020. They've patched it since then, and it's actually really good now. I mean, there are a few flaws in the game, but That was like back on the PC. I think that was like the PC version back in like 2020 that had like a ton of issues. But
That's just the state of modern gaming,
yeah.
unfortunately. But
But
with Donkey Kong Bonanza, I was gonna say that the Switch 2 caused like a lot of bad publicity because of the pricing and stuff. I think in retrospect, really the only major problems were the pricing for Mario Kart World and the game key cards. I don't think the price of the system's a big deal. I don't mind paying $50 more if that means we have a capable system for years to come. I'm totally fine with that. But with Donkey Kong Bonanza, no bad publicity. It had an amazing direct. That's what I
yeah.
like to see. I was just a little concerned because Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, that was unlucky because the publicity that that game got, it just never got a proper chance.
Yeah, and unfortunately that kind of seems to be that I'm worried that will be the case for Metroid Prime 4. Is like it seems like they're not really doing enough for Metroid Prime 4. There was even like this ad in like that had like somewhere that had like it said Metroid Prime 4 out now, which was like a mistake obviously, but like apparently it's releasing soon and like Nintendo hasn't really been advertising it much. And the way they're handling like the Switch 2 edition is just kind of weird. I wish they just straight up released it as like a Switch 2 game alongside a Switch 1 game without like the whole Switch 2 edition branding on it, but it still has the upgrade option. I just think it's a bit weird that they have the whole Switch 2 edition thing plastered all over it. It should have been like a Breath of the Wild type thing, like with how Breath of the Wild was released both on Switch 2, or no, I meant Switch 1 and Wii U back in 2017, but it also had the upgrade for Switch 2 available as well.
Nintendo just wants you to know that you're playing the Metroid Prime 4 game for the Nintendo Switch 2 system.
Yeah.
Do we know? Arlo did I didn't see the video, but he said that there's an actual reason why they do that. Why does Nintendo do that where they say the Mario Kart World game for the Nintendo Switch 2 system?
Oh, it's because I think they're trying to avoid like a Kleenex or Band-Aid situation where do you know how like with tissues a lot of people just say Kleenex, or with bandages people just say Band-Aid because they're both of those Kleenex and Band-Aid are brands, so Nintendo doesn't want like that to happen with any of their products. So like Nintendo doesn't want people to buy like another product and people just call it a Nintendo anyway. Like remember that one like thing back in like the 80s or 90s that said like there's no such thing as a Nintendo?
Yeah, I remember that.
I like how we're saying we remember it like we saw it back then, but we're not that old.
I was just gonna bring that up. Yeah, I have such fond, non-existent memories of the '80s,
yeah,
let alone the '90s.
But what we meant is we remember like seeing it like just social media, like when people just posted it.
Like yeah, the entire 22 days I spent in the '90s. That was such a phenomenal decade. The '90s was amazing. 2000s reeked. I'm a '90s kid.
Oh, please be Pianta. I got Peepa! Okay, I actually unlocked one.
Peepa.
Yeah, I unlocked one. Okay, that's nice.
Finally!
At least I unlocked one that time. Not just, like, one that I already have. But even though it wasn't Pianta, I'm still happy that I unlocked something.
Me too. I think I brought this up on my own stream, but I'll bring it up on yours. When I was around 10, I got Mario Kart Wii, and we had a guy remodeling the bathroom at our house. And I would constantly play Mario Kart Wii, and I was like, I'm trying to unlock something, I'm trying to unlock something. He's like, yeah, you're always trying to unlock something. That memory has come back, and not in a good way either.
Yeah. You know, even though it really sucks to unlock the NPC characters in this game, I will say it is satisfying when you do unlock the characters, though it still, like, that doesn't justify it. Like, it's like, I'm really satisfied, but I shouldn't be as satisfied as I am to unlock Peepa Like I like Peepa, but I just got like a little excited when I got Peepa, but I shouldn't be that excited for getting Peepa. Like that just kind of goes to show that like it really is a problem with how they have the unlock system in this game.
Watch out! We're gonna get a video called "Pretendo Hates Peepa."
Yeah. But when I'm saying that, no hate against Peepa. I really like Peepa because because with 3D Land, I think 3D Land is kind of underrated, despite being it's not as good as other 3D Mario games, but I do have fond memories playing it when I was younger and seeing Peepa in the
Where'd you
game.
get Swoop?
Oh, I got Swoop here.
Yeah,
Dandelion
'cause
Depths.
I'm trying to unlock Swoop. That would be not a good thing for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. They need to have an actual release date for it.
I wish Dandelion Depth was called Daffodil Depths, so I could make a joke about hot diggity daffodil. Do you know what that's a
I thought that
reference
was a
to?
reference- The flowers in Paper Mario?
No. It's something that Bender says in Futurama.
Oh!
Because they have like a, there was an episode where, because like, where it was like Bender's top 10 most frequently uttered words. And, like at the top of the list, you'd expect it to say, like, bite my shiny metal ass. But it actually says, bite my shiny daffodil. Like, it says daffodil, and... And then later in the episode, he says, like, hot diggity daffodil.
Oh, I see. Reese remembers we both unlocked Swoop together. I only need 2 characters. I need Fishbones and I need Swoop. Has that split screen method worked for you at all or no?
No, not... I think the only character I unlocked through that when I was trying to unlock Pianta was Dolphin.
It feels like you're trying a shiny hunt.
Yeah. It gives Mario fans a taste of shiny hunting. Well, there is already a kind of a version of that in Thousand Year Door with hunting Amazy Daisies, but that's not nearly as tedious as this. That's more technically like actual shiny hunting because it's an RPG, but it's not nearly as tedious as this.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that I can unlock Fishbones and Swoop soon.
This intermission I don't mind as much because at least you get to play on the full Rainbow Road.
Right.
Because it just makes it a little longer.
I think after this track, I'm gonna head out for tonight.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up the stream pretty soon anyway, because I do have to upload that one video about the game key cards.
Oh, you know what? If that's the case, I'll just stay until the stream's done.
Okay. I think I'll do, after like this batch of races, I think I'll do one more knockout tour and then end the stream.
Good idea.
What do you know? When is your next Game Builder Garage video gonna be? Pretty soon. I've just been busy with like the Donkey Kong Bonanza and other Switch 2 stuff, but I want to test out the Switch 2 update for Game Builder Garage.
Did it add mouse controls?
Yes. And also, I think 4K.
You know what?
It also added 4K as well.
You know what Switch 2 edition I'm waiting for? Pikmin 4.
Yeah,
I'd love to see that.
Yeah. I don't even have to say which one I'm looking forward to.
Well, that's something we didn't know about you.
I would, when they release it though, I'm just gonna be like I'm gonna release like 5 videos about it and be like super obsessed with it.
You're gonna become a Switch 2 clickbait channel with the
Yeah.
amount of uploads about it.
Yeah. Just like I'm gonna be looking
Actually,
at every single little detail about Lord Crump. I'm gonna be looking at the texture of Lord Crump's like goggles.
now when it comes to Nintendo videos, if you had to rank these from best to worst, what would they be? Nintendo Switch 2 clickbait, sodium chloride videos, or spoiler videos?
I would say the worst is probably spoiler videos, just because it really like affects like anyone regardless of how you feel like about like a certain game and things. It usually like it's like just what there's whenever there's a game that you're interested in, there's always a spoiler channel like just trying to ruin it for you. Um, but honestly, I would s- I would say both sodium chloride and the clickbait Switch 2 channels are just equally bad. I feel like they're just two sides of like the same type of annoying YouTube videos, I would say, because they're both kind of like just creating clickbait content and they just have nothing of value to both of them. Like both of them just are really just doing ooh, let's see what we got here.
Oh, let's see.
Spike.
Oh, that's funny. You
But
know, if I didn't unlock Spike already, I would have freaked out.
yeah. But yeah, I just think the clickbait Switch 2 videos and the sodium chloride stuff, I feel like they're just two different sides of just like kind of just crappy Nintendo related content, I would say.
There's one Switch 2 channel that's like sometimes said to be a clickbait news channel, but it's actually not. Nintendo Prime.
Yeah, I like
Nintendo Prime's
Nintendo
actually
Prime.
worth watching. Marcus sent you a donation.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Marcus.
He's gonna be getting a game key card with that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's great that the Switch 2 is going to be releasing in Malaysia in July. Where I'm actually going to do if you want to join me, debate, when Marcus gets a Switch 2, I'm going to do a stream like celebrating him getting a Switch 2 is like cuz he kind of had the wait a little longer. It was kind of like just a little annoying for him with just waiting for the Switch 2, but it's nice that he's finally gonna be able to get one, like right in time for Bonanza, and also the Switch 2 edition of Jamboree, because we really like to play Jamboree, so that's gonna be pretty exciting. Because I heard the mini games were pretty fun.
I did play it. The mouse control mini games are pretty fun. The spray paint one's my favorite because when you shake the spray paint can, you actually feel it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna pick it up though. Maybe just for content. I don't know. I'm not sold on it.
I'm mostly gonna get
huge into Mario Party.
I'm mostly gonna get it for the live streams because like I've done a ton of Mario Party live streams on the channel, so I think it would be kind of a good idea for me to get it because I could probably have like a lot of like streaming to get out of that because it seems the Jamboree TV mode seems like a pretty fun thing to stream, and then on top of that, it also has the it has like it now has like the tag team in the regular Mario Party mode, which is a mode that I've and a lot of people have been wanting to see in like the regular Mario Party mode for quite a while. I think it's been absent since like the either the Hudson Soft games or like Mario Party 9. It's not Partner Party from Super Mario Party. It's different than that. It's just like two teams in regular Mario Party. So I'm glad that's coming back. And then also the mouse mini games are playable in like regular Mario Party, which I'm excited about. So it might not be much of an upgrade for some people, but I'm still looking forward to it.
Where is another place where you can unlock Swoop?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Nintendo Pro's definitely a Nintendo fan. Some would call him a fanboy, but he's just a fan of the games and doesn't really want to be that critical. That's fine. I don't have a problem with fanboys, unless they're like rude about it or just like saying crazy things like defending stuff like that. But Nintendo Prime is really cool. I was actually on his podcast and we hung out at PAX East. Hopefully you'll get to go to PAX.
Yeah, I want to go to PAX at some point. The thing is, like, with a lot of YouTubers that people don't understand, is that even though they may come across as, like, annoying and, like, with their, like, thumbnails and things, like, they can be genuinely cool people, I would say. Like, it's just, like, you really, like, I feel like people just kind of, it's like people are too quick to just judge a book by its cover with,
Right.
YouTubers a lot of the time.
That's just something you got to put up with, though. It's
Yeah.
part of the game. At a 9 to 5, you're getting yelled at by your boss, unless you have a good boss. For YouTube, you got commenters and detractors. I'd say the trade-off's worth it. The "you're just unlucky" thing was still hilarious.
Yeah. I think, was that under the, I think that was under the, when I was saying, like, the Halloween Scarlet and Violet post, I was saying this is, like, one of the most unflattering screenshots of, like, a Nintendo published game ever. Like, it looks like
Yeah,
like
that's
a,
exactly what it was.
yeah, and it looks like a budget PS2 or GameCube game. Actually, that's an insult to budget PS2 and GameCube games, honestly.
Didn't you say that they look scary? Like they...
Oh yeah, yeah. I was like
the
I was like the real scary thing about, because it was like, ooh, spooky on Halloween, and then I was like, the only scary thing about this is how, like, unflattering these graphics look for, like, I actually no. Here's what I said. The real scary thing about this is how bad the graphics look. This is seriously one of the most unflattering screenshots that Nintendo ever posted for a Nintendo published game. I think I said something kind of like that.
You're just unlucky.
And that someone just said, like, when I was saying I was, like, experiencing, like, a lot of, like bugs and glitches in the game, they're saying, you're just unlucky. I never experienced any of those. And then they just say all the people talking about the game, everyone who covered the game and talked about those bugs and things, they're just the unlucky ones. Like, yeah, who cares if the game is riddled with a bunch of bugs and stuff? Yeah, the players do encounter them. They're just unlucky.
Bugs! Some YouTubers aren't interested in being critical of Nintendo. They're just hyped. And that's totally fine.
Yeah. I mean, we're hyped about some things, like Donkey Kong Bonanza, but we're also critical when we need to be, like things in Mario Kart World or the game key cards and things like that. And honestly, the thing is with game key cards, I don't see anyone defending. Well, there was this one guy on, I think it was like on like Casual Nintendo or something that I saw defending the key cards, but They said maybe it's a good thing that people don't own games. Remember when I sent you that? It wasn't like satire. It wasn't satire or sarcasm at all. They were like 100% serious about that.
You found Cody.
Yeah. Wait, did he actually defend keycards?
I think that he just made a video talking about how third-party games aren't selling well. He could only be unlocked in Dandelion Depths.
But yeah, after this knockout tour, I'm gonna end the stream.
Also with videos, when you premiere them, do they tend to have like more success, or do you just like to have them up already?
I don't know. I never it never really made that much of a difference whether I premiere them or not. It really just depends on the video, I would say. I think premiering them is more of like something to engage with like viewers more. I think that's kind of like that's kind of the benefit of premiering a video. It's kind of like a fun event to have, like just showing it live with everyone.
I think I'm just gonna post a Mario Kart World review regularly.
Honestly, for that, I think you should do a premiere. I think that would be a good one to do a premiere for. Since it's like an hour long, and I think people would be like interested in kind of like seeing that as a premiere.
As long as it gets comments and everything, yeah. I love the voices for the new characters. It's so cute.
Yeah.
Snowman, Stingbee. Do you want to have any of them as pets?
I would like to have a pet Cataquack, but like he doesn't fling me into the air. He flings all the people who try to annoy me into the air. Actually, and then I can become friends with a Chuckster, and I'll get well, actually, I have contact with Don Pianta. Maybe Don Pianta will hook me up with a Chuckster security guard. So I'll have the Chuckster security guard outside of my house, and then I'll make sure I have enough coins to pay him though. I'll pay. I'm gonna well, actually, no. I'll pay him like a couple like a nickel per week because I'm Andre. But I could also have I could have the guard Cataquack outside who like flings anyone into the air like when they get too close to my house. So I could have the Mario Sunshine security system.
I'm sure it's better than Isle Delfino security.
Yeah, and then I'll also have like some flood devices hooked up around the house that also sprays water at anyone who tries to get close. So they have to go through the Cataquacks. I'll have a couple of them. The Chucksters and the flood system. I'm gonna have just like a.
I asked which Mario enemy you'd want as a pet, not as a security system.
Well, I mean, I'll have it as a pet, but it will also be like kind of like a guard dog too. Well, a guard duck in Cataquack's case, but
It's like you got a Rottweiler.
Yeah.
Since when was Spike one of the most heavily requested characters in Smash?
Since forever.
I just like to, or I used to go on the Nintendo Reddit and I made that post just trolling them saying that, as we're all aware, Spike has been one of the most heavily requested characters. Here's what his moveset could be. And then all the comments were like, since when was Spike a heavily requested character? Sometimes you don't know what you have until you get it, like a playable Cataquack.
Yeah.
Or a coin coffer.
Yeah, I think
I gotta say, like, with Mario Kart World's roster, I love the weird, wacky characters, and just to have pretty much all the new characters be that.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I'm not even upset about like the lack of some of the mainstays outside of maybe the Koopalings. I feel like the Donkey Kong characters will be added in with an update, and it's only like a month out.
Yeah, because let's be honest, I like realistically play as Cataquack more than Diddy Kong on it. Well, I love Diddy Kong, but like, I'd rather play as Cataquack just because of how weird Cataquack is.
Yeah.
Because I usually go for the weird characters. I'm not sure how it is for you. I usually like the plays the weirdest characters available in the roster.
I'm a Honey Queen main myself in Mario Kart 7. I hope that Honey Queen returns. You know, if Nintendo like had a really good roadmap for this game, if they brought in new characters as frequently as Tor, that would be cool.
I don't think we're gonna
I was
find
just
out how they're gonna update this game is though until like July probably, because they're probably gonna be do the monthly update thing, kind of like how a lot of games do. I hope it's not like Mario or Mario Golf Super Rush or Mario Strikers Battle League where they just do like a very small update like every 3 months. That is just really annoying. I
to
hope it's
be
more
fair.
frequent.
To be fair, those were smaller games. This is like way bigger.
Yeah.
Well, Mario Kart Tour had like many years of development. I think it was like 4 years until it got all the content. They stopped doing additional content, I believe, in 2023. Yeah, it was 2023 because we did get like the final city track, which I think was Madrid Drive.
You know, in the mornings, like on the way to work, I like to put on like the Kit and Krista podcasts. Like those are like good to listen to, like just like hear what they have to say about like things going on like with Nintendo news and things. It's interesting to hear like the perspective of like people who actually worked at Nintendo.
Oh, it is. It was cool seeing their podcast live at PAX.
Yeah, that was
They did not know my answer, the answer to the question of why is Pinkle Peach a character. And I'm out. No!
I'm actually still in. Let's see. Hopefully I can get first. You know, sometimes like listening to the Kit and Krista podcast, it sometimes gives me ideas for things to talk about in my videos. I don't mean like stealing points. You copied me. But
You copied me.
but like just
A little bit of plagiarism.
but just like things to talk about like in my videos, like just like topics like, oh, I haven't thought of that before. Like it's kind of like a thing that I want to discuss because there's like a lot of like Nintendo topics that I don't really like think about, but sometimes if I hear like another perspective about it, I'm like, oh, that's actually like a pretty interesting thing.
Oh, for sure.
Let's see. Hopefully I stay in first. Ah, I got like second. Oh wait, no, I got first. I got first.
Congratulations.
Nice. I was like, I thought I got second, but no, I still got first. Let's go. But that's a great way to end the video or the stream. But yeah,
Great
yeah,
adventures await.
yeah. Skiddy, skiddy, skiddy. Can you do the Pianta Chucksters one that I did a little bit ago?
Let's go, Chucksters. Great adventures await, or adventures await.
No, it was like, let's go, Pianta. Great Chucksters await.
I thought about like doing a review of Pinocchio True Story, but it's just like the movie isn't even funny outside of the Pauly Shore moments.
Actually, you should do the like you should do a comparison video between the live action Pinocchio and the and that like that one Pinocchio, the Pauly Shore one.
Late to the party with the memes.
Is like one has poop, like Pinocchio sniffing poop, and then the other one has skiddy skiddy skiddy.
I mean, the poop thing, it's just the lowest bar you can get with comedy.
Yeah, which one would you say if you were to pick one? Which movie would you say is the better movie?
Probably Pinocchio True Story.
Yeah. I mean, because I think the live action Disney movies are like this pretty much the crappiest corporate slop you can get nowadays, I would say. But just I absolutely hate the Disney live action movies. Like I refuse to see any of them. I think the only ones I've seen are like the earlier ones, like Jungle Book and Beauty and the Beast, but like I haven't seen like any others after that. Like just like everyone I see is just like this horrible mess, kind of like modern Pokemon. Okay, I'm not gonna.
Hey, let's not go that far.
I'm just unlucky. What do I know? I'm just unlucky. But yeah. Anyways, this was a fun stream, and I hope I unlock Pianta soon. But anyways,
I'm gonna try and grind for some of the characters.
yeah. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this stream. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. And stay perky!